are experts in their own fields, not so much real estate. We welcome the experts at Jackson College putting on some summer experiences. We have from the theater program, Sarah Ann Tomchak, from women's basketball, head coach Heather Brown, and from the music and instrumental department, Dan Bickle. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
First, I want to congratulate each of you for a very successful year, season, and series that you've all been involved with this past year. First, theater program. You brought theater plays back to Jackson College. How did it go this past weekend?
We had almost 300 people show up and fantastic audiences. We had the animal shelter there, and it was just a fantastic experience. Lots of laughter, a couple tears at the end. Beautiful.
More to come?
More to come. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to do a lot this summer and then a few next year as well.
Awesome. Heather, it was fun watching the Jets play basketball this past season. You had an incredible season, and you did something that no Jets team has ever done. You went to the Nationals.
We did. Actually, back in 1978 was the last time that anyone from Jackson College for women's basketball made it to that level. So we were honored to get there, and it was a great year for the program. So very excited.
And what I thought was really cool, you were able to recruit a lot of local athletes to be on the Jets team.
We did. So some local girls and some not so local girls, but they just came together this year, and it was a special group. I will say this was probably one of the most fun years that I've had, just because the girls really liked each other. They bonded, and I knew at the beginning of the year they were going to be a special group. So it was nice.
Awesome. Can't wait to see what you have for next year.
We're working at it.
And Dan, you've had a great season of concerts and shows and experiences. Most recently, talking about your generation.
Talking about my generation. That was a riot. Came together right at the end, like you want it to. And we had lots of special guests, the guys from Flight, J.D. Boone and Scott Moran, singing Beatles and Rolling Stones with us, and just all the groups. I mean, I just feel very lucky, and I think I've said that to you before, but it was a lot of fun to get to put that together.
The campus is hopping year-round, and you guys have made summers really special at JC. So today we're going to talk about all the experiences and camps that these three and more have lined up for you guys, young and old, really, all summer long. So let's talk about theater. What kind of things are you going to do for theater in the summer?
Well, we have a workshop, and it's ages 14 and up. There's no cap, so I hope we get someone about 101 years old. I think we can do it. But it's going to be an improv-based workshop. So I trained at Second City, which is, the precursor to Saturday Night Live. And so I trained there, I worked there for a while, and I'm bringing that to our campus so we can have our students and our community come together and learn this specific skill. That's great for theater people, but also for everyone. It's good for job interviews and any really career to have that improvisation kind of skill.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned your Second City background, because I think it's going to reach a lot more people. There are a lot of folks that think they have comedy chops and want to do maybe, try out stand-up. Let's see, Noah, Teague, Andrew Sargent. I know 3 people.
They just signed up.
Yeah. They're all in.
Yeah, and it's going to be so much fun. Last year we did it, and all of our faces would hurt by the end of the day because we were laughing for so long, our cheeks would be sore. So it's a fun experience, and then we end with a performance. So that way we can have all of our family and friends come see all the hard work we've been doing.
Cool.
And last year we had people sing songs and do sketches, and so it's more than just improv. We can kind of all do whatever makes us excited.
Sarah Ann has been in network television shows, including she's got a regular part on Chicago Fire. So if you're good, maybe you can mention to Dick Wolf, you've got the next big star.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're in the workshop, you can get his cell phone number.
All right. Heather, obviously basketball, that's your sport, but we've got several sports at JC that will have camp opportunities?
We do, yes. We have all of the sports programs are offering some type of camp during the summer for the kids, and we just like to get them out on campus and let the kids, see what we have to offer. Our elite camp is a great opportunity for local girls as well as non-local as well, just to get to know our program a little bit more. And we actually took a couple players from last year's elite camp were on the team. One was this year we took, and then a recruit for next year we already took, and that's kind of how we got to know her a little bit more, is having her to come to the camp and just to build the relationships with local community members. So.
And that is pretty much, now it's standard. If you want to get noticed and really grow your abilities, you've got to be playing year round.
Yeah, it's tough because I feel bad for those kids. I was, when I played, it wasn't like that. Everybody played every other sport, and you had your seasons. I worked on it year round, but nowadays it's tough because these kids have to be dedicated, and it's sad when you hear them say, "Oh, they're not going to play this sport anymore because they want to focus on this sport." And I'm like, do it all. I still like that rounded athlete, and I think it helps just to develop them a little more if they can do a little bit more besides one.
I think parents maybe see or hope to see the next Caitlin Clark in their daughter, but the chances of making it big, they're just so slim.
It is, and if you could utilize a sport to help you grow as a person, I think that's more important than anything. And a lot of these kids, they all want to be a Caitlin Clark, and you don't see that very often, and it's fun. But I think because of people like Caitlin Clark, it made everybody more aware of women's sports maybe a little bit. So I'm pro that all the time. So.
Yeah, the NCAA final championship game for women had a bigger audience than the men. So there you go. Who'd ever think that would have happened?
That's good.
Yeah, and if you've not seen the Jets in person, you've seen high school, and then you see JC. It's unbelievable the difference from 1 year, really, from high school to college. It's a huge leap.
It is. The speed of the game, I would say, I recruit girls in and they're like, well, I play the whole game in high school, 32 minutes. And I go, well, we play 40. And I said, and it's a lot, if anybody. And no, there are girls that some have to play that in situations, but for the most part, for you to play a full game at the college level is a pretty big deal.
All right, so we've got all the sports including basketball at Jackson College this summer. And now on to music. And Dan Bickel, what do you have for?
This is our fifth round of Summer Band at JC. We did it for 4 years when I was at Michigan Center, kind of born out of the idea of being a big rock and roll band with drummers and guitar players and all the horns, but then also doing all the normal band stuff, right? But trying to make it unique. And we've been really lucky. We've grown over the last several years from 22 campers to 65 last year, and we already have 15 signed up, and enrollment hadn't even opened at this point last year. So it's looking good. And I'm really lucky too that Jasmine Haas, one of the Teacher of the Year candidates here, is now officially my co-director. So we've grown to the extent that we can do more because we've done more. And now everybody who's taken the camp, I have a student staff that includes the Jazzy Jets. These guys right here. We just had one of our best years ever with the jazz band. Those kids are just the greatest. And they're also great teachers. So about 2/3 of the Jazzy Jets are part of the staff, and then alumni from the camp who are about to be juniors and seniors in their high school marching bands come back, and they teach with us and assist in a one-room schoolhouse format. And it's the best 2 weeks of the year. We just have the best time ever. Get to do music with kids and have fun, and that's what we look forward to.
And all of your departments are enjoying beautiful, brand new facilities. You've got the renovated Bauman Theater.
Yes, it's gorgeous. Oh, it's lovely. It's so much fun to be in there.
And then you've got the bubble, the dome, that is going to be used for everything, but including sports.
Right.
We're getting close to that, I think, aren't we?
I hope.
And then you have the theaters, plus you have a brand new band room.
They took the Federer rooms that are right behind the front desk when you walk into the Potter Center, and they knocked a wall out. So we haven't actually occupied it yet. but every time you go in, it's almost unrecognizable from the last time. They do so much so quickly. The layout's beautiful, so I'm excited, and of course I'm a little nervous because I know what's worked so far, and I want to make sure I can make it work, but they're making it, so I have to try not to succeed. So that's good news.
Awesome. All right, are we going to have the front porch concert series?
Yes, the summer, we've changed it now to the summer concert series because the front porch is less accommodating for that. But based on so many reviews over years, they said, we love the concert bands, but how about some variety? So this year we're introducing some New Orleans style jazz. It's actually the return of the Jackson French Quarter Dixieland Band on May 29th. All these concerts, by the way, are free, and they're at 7 o'clock, and they're all ages. Big L in Code Blue, if you haven't met Larry Sumner, you should. He is basically Prince, still alive.
Oh, he's amazing, yeah.
Just unbelievably musical, and the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Then a few, the standards. These were the ones that actually were the Front Porch Series. The Capital City Brass Band, they'll be back on June 13th. They're tremendous. It's a brass band. They don't have woodwinds, but they voice out, like a couple of years ago they did Bohemian Rhapsody and the PDQ Bach 1712 Overture. They're hilarious, and everything they play is just perfect, so nicely in tune. Trombone Fest, this is the 40th anniversary of Trombone Fest. Chris Evan Haas is one of our members of our groups. He's a professional composer. I believe this year we're doing a heavy metal is our special deal this year. Usually we do, like last year we did Lizzo, 2 years ago we always do Bruno Mars. We did Beyonce, but then we do old music too, right? Try to mix it up. But I think he's looking at a mix of Judas Priest and AC/DC, last I heard. So with 40 trombones and guitar, drums, and bass, we're kind of excited about what he's creating for us.
How many of these bands are you in?
Performing, I think only 3 this time.
Oh, only 3.
Yeah, but I did get to play with Big L and Code Blue at their debut at the Michigan Theater several years ago. The horn line was me and 2 guys who were 6'5", and they thought it was funny to put me in the middle. So
Well, all these experiences, well, except for the summer concert series, there's room for everyone, but there's not room for everyone in each of the camps, so the early bird gets in, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, sign up soon.
And there's a limit on how many kids can get in any of the sports camps.
Correct.
Same for band camp.
we could only go up to 200. I'm just kidding, but if we can fit in the room, we'll take them.
Well, it's an exciting week at JC, graduation this weekend, all the honors and ceremonies happening all week. And here at JTV, we're excited because we will be telecasting, first time ever, live Jackson College baseball tomorrow from your campus in your beautiful new baseball stadium. So tune in and be sure and visit Jackson College. So much to do and see all year round, all summer long. And all the details about everything that we talked about, they're on your website.
Indeed.
Well, have a great summer, guys.
Thank you.
so
You too.
much.
Thank you.
You as well.
Thanks for coming in. From Jackson College, Sarah Ann Tomchak, Heather Brown, and Dan Bickel.